James Goy Jr. here. Visit me at authornation.com/James, Goijr. I'm the author of this amazing little book, How to Attract Money Using Mind Power. You heard that title right. I know it sounds to some people, especially those unfamiliar with metaphysical and New Age, mind power type of subjects, but it is actually a very serious work, and I quote 160 other authors in this book. Again, that's How to Attract Money Using Mind Power by James Goy Jr. I want to talk to you for a few minutes today about fear. Right now, there's a lot of very fearful information from all angles and from all sources. There seems to be no good news out there regarding the economy. And I want to give you a little bit of good news today. And that good news is that mind power and consciousness are what is behind our individual and collective circumstances. And that means financial circumstances as well as health or any other kind of circumstances that you want to think of. Mind power, consciousness, positive thinking, these basic principles and techniques that have been known by the enlightened of our race for thousands of years, these principles, these techniques do not change because the economy changes. So what I want you to understand is that your circumstances are a result of your consciousness. How you think, how you feel, how you speak, how you act is going to dictate your financial well-being or lack of financial well-being in these very trying financial times. Fear is your enemy. Fear is your enemy at this time. Now, you know, in the old days, I used to go months at a time without watching television, without picking up a newspaper, because I wanted to keep my consciousness, my mind clear. You know, those days are over now for the foreseeable future. There's so much happening on an economic level so quickly that if you do not stay informed, then you are going to fall behind, you're going to make mistakes, you're not going to have the basic information that you need to be able to make sound financial decisions, whether they have to do with your investments or savings or your home or your job or any other financial aspect of your life. You are not going to be able to make informed, good decisions without basic information. And financial reality in this country, in the world, is changing at such a rapid pace that you simply need to stay informed. Knowing, of course, that not everything you're hearing is the truth. So hopefully you'll get your information from more than just, you know, the mainstream media. But that being said now, taking in this information, especially on a daily basis, and so much of it being fear-based and so much of it leading to conclusions of, you know, dire circumstances of, you know, the things that are coming down the pike here, it becomes more important than ever to understand the metaphysical and mind power principles of consciousness and how the mind works and how your subconscious mind works in relation to the universe and to the outer world of material manifestation. And, you know, you may not be able to change the world economy with your thoughts and your feelings, but you can certainly change your own economy with your thoughts and with your feelings. And, of course, in my book, I teach you to do that. So you need to be able to watch and listen and learn about what's going on out there all the time, protecting what is going on in here, meaning in your mind. Okay? You have got to think positively and optimistically even though everything you're seeing, it seems to be, and hearing, is negative and pessimistic. It's not as hard to do as you might think. And it becomes a habit the more you do it. You actually create new neural pathways within your brain so that any thoughts you think or any line of thinking you do, either positive or negative, tends to reinforce itself, creating new neural pathways within your physical brain and thus your mind. And therefore, however you tend to think is how you will tend to think even more. So it's not as hard as it may sound, okay? But right now, more than ever, you need to learn how to think positively. You know, in good times, it's not that hard to think positively if you think about it, because everyone's thinking positively. You know, the media is telling you how great, you know, the housing prices are growing, the economy's growing, the stock market is, you know, making leaps and bounds, or whatever the case may be at the time. So everybody's feeling good. And it's not that much of a chore because you're just following the herd. Even if the information they're basing their good feelings on is, you know, suspect as far as its validity, or at least its, you know, our ability to maintain those kinds of circumstances. The real test, what you will really learn what you are made of mentally and emotionally and spiritually, is when you can keep those kind of positive, uplifted, optimistic thoughts and feelings within your mind most of the time, you know, more than not. No one can do it 24 hours a day, you know, every single second. None of us are, you know, masters to that degree. But you can do that. And when you can do that, when everyone else around you is negative and fearful and visualizing and planning and expecting bad things, when you can visualize and plan for and expect good things in that type of an environment, then you know that you're making progress.